What are some of your favorite supplements in any of those categories, specifically for women, and perhaps even specifically during certain phases of the menstrual cycle and or perimenopause, menopause? I just threw about 9 questions at you.
Okay, the number one is creatine. Creatine for women, doesn't matter what age. It's really important. We're seeing a lot for brain, mood, and actually gut health.
So 5 grams of creatine monohydrate per day, sort of typical?
3 to 5.
3 to 5?
Yep. Preferably, of course, Creapure because of the way it's produced. So if you're looking at Creapure, it's the German company that produces it. Uses a water-based wash to produce the creatine.
Interesting.
Whereas others use an acid-based wash, and we see a lot of side effects with the acid-based wash.
Like gastric distress?
Yeah. So people are like, oh, I'm really bloated and I have nausea and stuff from taking creatine. I'm like, is it Creapure? Actually, no. It's like, switch to Creapure. And so they switch, and they're like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better.
Noted.
Yeah. And then vitamin D3, really important, especially when we're looking at all the information that's coming out from cardiovascular, muscle, brain, everything that goes with vitamin D. Also with iron. So vitamin D is really important for absorbing and maintaining iron stores. So those are the 2 big ones. And then...
Sorry, I just want to stop you for a moment. As it relates to creatine, I hear 2 general lines of concern. One, I hear more often from women. My understanding is that because creatine brings water into the muscle, as well as supporting the phosphocreatine system of the brain, the water into the muscle component means, yes, people who take creatine 3 to 5 grams per day will gain a few pounds of body weight. That's solid body weight in the form of water within the muscle. So solid in air quotes. It's water, but it's within the muscle. It's, so they should know that.
It's not a given, though.
Interesting.
It's not a given. There are some women on the lower dose of 3 that don't experience the water gain.
Okay. And this is not bloat like water, subcutaneous water. This is water within the muscles.
Correct.
So it will be stored within lean tissue.
Correct.
And then I do hear concerns about creatine causing hair loss. My understanding is there is 0 evidence for that.
No evidence.
There is a smidgen of evidence that it might increase dihydrotestosterone levels, but it's like one study, marginal increase, and then people linked dihydrotestosterone to hair loss, and so then the conclusion people drew was that somehow creatine increases hair loss. But you're saying 0 evidence.
No evidence. We see that women who start taking it midlife are complaining about it, but it's actually a progestin-driven thing. We see progesterone and fluctuation. Progesterone can exacerbate any hair loss. So if women are experiencing that and they're saying, oh, it's creatine, I've read all this stuff on creatine. No, it's not. Okay,
so we've got creatine D3, 1,000 IUs per day, 5,000 IUs. I guess it depends a little bit.
Yeah. Being very close to Antarctica in the southern hemisphere in the winter, very low sunlight exposure, looking at around the 5,000. Same with upper northern hemisphere, UK, that kind of stuff. Closer you get to the equator, the less you need. The one concern is like a day here where it's foggy and it's supposed to be sunny. And people are like, great, I don't have to worry about going out in sun exposure. But then the next day it's bright and sunny. And they're like, ooh, sunscreen. So they put sunscreen on and not getting the right sun exposure. So then again, it is a lifestyle thing. So basic is 2,000 to 5,000.
Great. Okay, so we've got creatine, vitamin D3. What are some of the other supplements that you take, or that you, I don't know if we say suggest, but that you perhaps suggest women consider?
Yeah, so protein powder, really good, high quality, because the amount of protein that women should be getting is often difficult to eat. So again, supplementing, not using it as the mainstay. That's one to consider. And then again, I'm about adaptogens. So looking at the different adaptogens, ashwagandha is a good one. Holy basil or tulsi is another one. Shishandra, and then getting into some of your medicinal mushrooms, lion's mane, reishi. Those are the 2 big ones that I look to and often have women use.
If these adaptogens blunt cortisol, because certain ones do, like ashwagandha, which, by the way, I do think people should cycle if they're going to take it high doses, right? Because there are some issues with liver
and thyroid
problems if people take ashwagandha at high doses for too long. So That's important to note. But assuming that the adaptogens are reducing cortisol levels, in addition to doing other things, is there a particular time of day or night that people should consider taking them? Should they avoid taking it early in the day? My understanding was that you want a bit of that cortisol bump early in the day, but you certainly want cortisol lower later in the day.
Yep. And I think the problem is people think that they don't want any cortisol. They think
that would be bad.
That would be bad. They don't understand that the body has fluctuations of cortisol throughout the day, and that's normal. If we're looking at having issues with sleeping and that anxiety provoke from that sympathetic drive and elevation of cortisol, let it peak in the morning after you're waking up, and look late afternoon, like 4 o'clock when it starts to dip, to take your adaptogens then, because then it feeds forward to being able to relax more, which feeds forward to better sleep. For something like Shashandra, where you're looking for that brain focus, you can have it in the morning. It doesn't necessarily have as big an impact on cortisol that you see with something like Tulsi or Ashwagandha, because Shashandra is more stimulatory. The other two are more calming. I put some in my morning coffee, and then in the afternoon, when I need to pick me up instead of more caffeine, I'll use Shashandra, because it gives you that boost without the effects of caffeine, and it doesn't interfere with sleep. So there's a time and a place to take them. And yes, some need to be cycled on, some need to be cycled off. But I tell women, what are your main symptoms? What are the things you're looking to control? And we can look and see what kind of adaptogens we can use and how we place them.